The little fellow is hanging on in there. I'm sure he's trying to work out a way to help me. If you could look into that head of his, I'm sure you'd see little cogs whirring around like crazy. Nate has tried time and time again to cheer Timmy up the last few days. He even managed it occasionally, but Timmy always crept back into Esther's coat pocket. I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack, and it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security. I think Nate has been putting and it still doesn't. This would be a perfect place to grill a sausage. Not as hot as an open fire, but still hot enough. Esther said there'd be a few sausages waiting for me when I returned from the village. Then, everything turned out differently. It's easy to see that Gulliver would like nothing better than to run into the woods after Esther. The only thing stopping him is that he can't leave Nate by himself. Thank goodness! Otherwise I'd have another name on the rescue list. Every time I talk to him, I see that dreadful combination of hope and despair in his eyes. I won't do that any more than absolutely necessary. We walked all the way from Seastone, a good deal of the way off the paved roads and paths. We feared that Councillor Van Buren might be watching them. It was an arduous journey, but we were well supplied. Food, water, warm blankets. Esther organised everything. Esther looked after Timmy with such kindness. Ever since Remy's death, he has been quite changed. He was always so adventurous before. After we left Seastone, he spent most of the time tucked away in Esther's coat pocket. Even the slightest sound made him jump. And now, monsters and werewolves, oh, poor fellow. The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey. The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey. We found everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there? What's that in the sand there? Looks like a thick-walled stone goblet, just like dwarves use. Those things would be too heavy for me to travel any long distances with, but the dwarves say that the stone goblets are fashioned to remind them of home. I'm afraid the dwarf who carried this goblet out here into the wilderness can't complain about my taking it anymore. This goblet was filled with sand. Maybe I can use it for something sometime. A bit of fur. Could belong to the werewolf. He ran towards the woods and got a bit too close to these thorns. Footprints. I'm no expert, but I'd say that these are Esther's footprints. They lead towards the woods, which would tally with what Gulliver said. Traces of both the werewolf and of Esther, but none of the paladin. Shop has been nailed up. I'm sure that a few little wooden planks like that wouldn't stop a headless horseman or a werewolf. Shop has been nailed up. I'm sure that a few little wooden planks like that wouldn't stop a headless horseman or a werewolf. It seems the mayor isn't just the mayor, fireman, priest, coachman, and blacksmith. Looks like he's also forced into being his own washerwoman. Hopefully the mayor won't have any objection, as long as it helps me banish the evil from the woods. You can always use some string, as I'm sure I've mentioned on more than one occasion. It wouldn't be theft. I really need the string for, stuff. The washing line does, however, seem to be knotted to a hook on the house, which is much too high up for me. Hello?
Oh, yes?
Looks like I'm going to be helping you after all.
How do you mean?
The curse? The woods? It looks like we have a common enemy.
Right, right. I'll give it a go. I mean, I have more confidence in the bounty hunter, but I've reached the point where I'll grasp at any old straw.
Thanks. How motivating. This is a traditional adventurers and heroes shop, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was founded by my grandfather. He used to be very busy round here. Oh, there were giant spiders in the woods. There was an old goblin mine a day trip to the south. In the heyday of hero tourism, we were even thinking of building a sewer system. We sell armour, weapons, elixirs, provisions, ice arrows, antidotes, anything you need. And you can pay with spider legs, goblin ears, things like that.
And what do you do with those?
It's a trade secret. If you want to sell something, you can do it risk-free. I'll look after the object in case you want to buy it back later.
You what?
Oh yeah, in case you change your mind later. Then you can buy back the same object for the same price. It's called the market economy.
This evil heart of the wood, what exactly is it? And where can I find it?
It's a clearing in the centre of the woods. There's an old dead tree standing in the middle of it. You'll recognise it when you see it.
But how am I going to find the clearing? The woods are pretty big.
And confusing. The heart of the wood doesn't want to be found. Yes, whatever it is that's sending these creatures after us, it lives in that clearing. Oh, I'm quite sure of that.
Do you think that it might be the ghost of the Sorcerer Van Buren?
Perhaps. The elders did warn us. They said you should never mess with the sorcerer. They were scared and whispered of dreadful dangers. Oh, if only we'd listened to them. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't your device help me find the heart of the wood? Doesn't it detect ghosts and stuff?
I see. You're saying that nothing around here radiates more psychokinetic energy than the heart of the wood. You might be right. You should get yourself a PKE.
I was hoping you could give me yours.
My detector? Never! It's my PKE. It's never let me down.
But if you give it to me, I could find the heart of the wood and lift the curse.
Or you might be killed and lose it in the woods. It takes weeks to deliver such a masterpiece of occult technology.
That's exactly why I can't hang around here waiting for another device. I need yours.
Forget it. The PKE reliably shows when anything supernatural is creeping about. And I have to know that.
I need something I can use to defend myself against a werewolf. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, we've never been attacked by a werewolf before, so we haven't got any special anti-werewolf weapons or the like. But as far as I know, any normal weapon made out of silver should do the job. What's your skill? Sword and shield? Twin daggers? Gun lance?
You mean you can fight with 2 daggers at the same time without mutilating yourself?
Oh, so you're a long-distance fighter. Oh. Bow, crossbow or slingshot? As amusing as it would be to use a slingshot against a werewolf, I'd pass on that. Bow or crossbow would be better. I've got a lovely composite bow +2 in stock, but it requires dexterity 15.
I think I might be able to handle something like that crossbow.
Yes, a light crossbow is easy to use and packs a real kick. Oh, any old fool can hit something with that.
A light crossbow like that, how much does it cost?
3 gold, 7 silver and 2 copper coins. Or I'll give you a quest.
Ooh, what's the quest?
Bring me 10 wolf skins.
You just made that up on the spot, didn't you?
No, it's very important.
Sounds like a pretty generic task without any real purpose to me.
You bring me 10 wolf skins and get a crossbow as a reward. What's the problem? I haven't got any silver bolts, though.
So you want me to bring you 10 wolf skins for a crossbow which will allow me to defend myself against a werewolf?
Right, yes. And while you're getting the skins, you'll gain some valuable experience that'll make you into a better hero.
But it's going to take forever to find 10 wolves. And I really don't want to strip the fur off them either. They need it.
10 skins for a crossbow, that's the quest. And if you like, I can quickly think of a backstory for it.
Not interested. My friends up there by the campfire, could I maybe bring them here? It could be safer for them.
Of course. Not only for them. The monsters from the woods might snatch one of them instead of me.
Right. Oh, okay. I'll let Gulliver know then.
Yeah, Gulliver? Isn't that the one who was beheaded?
Not beheaded. He just lost his head. Zombies don't mind that kind of thing.
You're not having zombies in the house!
Why not? He's lovely.
I don't want anything to do with their kind. Alive or dead, they should make up their minds. We want decent folk here in the village, not ones cobbled together out of parts of decent folk.
See you again sometime.
I hope so. I really do.
The moment I saw the spooky woods, I just knew I'd end up going in there sooner or later. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure Timmy and Esther will be even more afraid. Whew. So far, so good. The mayor said that the woods confuse the senses. I have to memorize the way back to the village. And I should try to stay quiet. There's a werewolf, a knight, and perhaps even a headless horseman running around out here. An axe! The wooden handle is all weathered and the iron head covered with a fine coat of rust. Must have been wedged in this tree a long time. Months, perhaps even years. The blade is still shiny and looks reasonably sharp. The tree has kept it from rusting. For a long time, people believed that eyes shining in the darkness belonged to dangerous animals that watch you. Turns out they're just glowing eyes without any body, hovering harmlessly in the air. Nothing to worry about. That's Timmy's scarf! It's torn! There are several branches broken here and here. Oh boy! A few bits of fur. They look exactly the same as those up by the campfire. The werewolf must be on Timmy's trail. I hope the little guy was long gone before it came by. The woods are already spooky enough where I am, but over there it gets even more spine-chilling. I bet that the evil heart of the woods is somewhere over in that direction. The woods are already spooky enough where I am, but over there it gets even more spine-chilling. I bet that the evil heart of the woods is somewhere over in that direction. There's something in the undergrowth here, something big. I can't see what it is. It could be Esther, but it could just as easily be a werewolf or some other monster of the woods. I can't just stand in front of a bush and push the branches apart. What if there's a werewolf in there ready to attack? Right then, I'll get ready for battle and...
Hello? Anyone there? Oh, hello, little man.
May I ask what you're doing here? You don't exactly look like a mushroom picker.
Phew, glad to hear it. I'm on my way to my fiancé's. He lives here in the dark woods in a magnificent castle. At least that's what he wrote. The thunderstorm took me by surprise, and then suddenly this wrinkly old woman was standing there in the middle of the path. She pointed a bony finger at me and gave me a toothless grin. I was distracted, and my horse threw me and vanished into the woods with all my things.
That sounds terrible.
It is. I'm meeting my fiancé, and I don't have a thing to wear.
The old woman on the path. Sounds like she could have been a witch.
Yeah, right. She was so old and shriveled and ugly. I've never been so scared in all my life.
Another enemy to deal with.
Enemy? Are you wood pixies battling these creatures?
Ahem, excuse me, I'm a gnome, not a pixie, and I come from the mountains.
I would be very grateful never to see that face again. Hey, if you're a wood pixie and just pixieing around, then could you find the clothes I lost? I'll pay you.
We'll see. I'm Wilbur. Have you by any chance seen a female zombie, a rat, a knight, a werewolf, or a headless horseman anywhere in the woods?
Oh, Lord. No, definitely not. Or more like, happily not.
Do you know the way to the castle? Could you maybe take me with you?
I don't know the way. Laddie wrote me saying I should find a guide in the village. The way through the mountains is very dangerous.
Vladdy, your fiancé?
The Count.
So, what's he like?
Oh, he's a darling. Very rich and very old. I can't wait to meet him in person.
So, you're engaged to him, but you've never met him?
Why hesitate and risk someone else snapping him away from me?
It's too dangerous here in the woods. Come on, I'll take you to the village.
Uh-huh. Which way?
This way. Or, wait a minute. No. This way. Or, bloody hell, just follow me.
As I already said to your young friend, I won't set foot outside as long as the headless horseman is running around out here.
Then just send word to the castle asking Vladdy to pick me up from here.
Oh, I wouldn't know how. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until the bounty hunter comes back with good news. Be my guest. Make yourself at home. Oh, thank you for bringing her here. I mean, really. Thank you. Not, right? Oh.
You're welcome.